Have you ever stopped to wonder how life actually began? Or what if I told you you're part bacteria, part fish, part monkey, and 100% real? Sounds like science fiction, right? Today we're about to uncover the weirdest, wildest, and most interesting story ever told. Not just your life or mine. I mean all of it. Every bird, every beetle, every person who ever lived. It's one of the biggest questions in science. And believe it or not, now we actually have a pretty good idea of how it all started. Let's go back in time, not just years, but billions of years. Back then, Earth was wild. It looked nothing like it does now. The sky, the water, the land, it was all still forming. Oceans boiled, lightning struck, volcanoes exploded, and somewhere in the middle of all the chaos, something tiny happened, something important. A few simple molecules combined to make something brand new, something that could copy itself. It didn't think, it didn't eat, but it could reproduce. That moment gave us LUCA, the last universal common ancestor, or sometimes called FUCA, the first universal common ancestor. This tiny life form is where everything, yes, everything alive today began. As that tiny life kept making copies of itself, sometimes little mistakes would sneak in, like typing the wrong letter in a word. These small mistakes are called mutations. Most of the time, they didn't do much. Sometimes they made things worse, like a creature that couldn't swim well and sank. But once in a while, the mistake turned out to be helpful. Imagine one tiny creature accidentally grows a tiny tail, and that tail helps it swim faster. It survives longer, has more babies, and those babies also have fast swimming tails. And just like that, the helpful change spreads. That's how life keeps improving, one tiny lucky mistake at a time, generation after generation. Life kept changing not by magic, not by design, but by something called natural selection. It's simple. If a living thing survives long enough to have children, its traits keep going. If it doesn't, they don't. This is what scientists call survival of the fittest. But fit doesn't mean the strongest. It means the one that fits best in the environment. In a freezing place, thick fur survives. In a dry desert, water-saving tricks wins. In crowded jungles, the best hiders stay alive. As Earth changed, life changed with it. Oceans cooled, air became breathable, continents shifted, and life, step by step, became more complex. Some cells teamed up, some grew tails, some moved, some saw. And then something amazing happened. The very first backbone appeared around 480 million years ago. That spine made movement smoother, it made bodies stronger, and it opened the door to bigger, faster, smarter creatures. Some crawled, some swam, some eventually walked, and over millions of years, one special group began to do something different. They started to think. Sounds familiar, right? Humans didn't appear overnight. We came from a long line of ancient ancestors, starting with Australopithecus, who stood on 2 feet. Then came Homo habilis, who used simple tools, Homo erectus, who tamed fire, and finally Homo sapiens, us, who began to imagine, speak, write, and ask big questions like this one. But here's something that surprises a lot of people. We didn't evolve from monkeys or chimpanzees. We just share a common ancestor with them like distant cousins. So do cats and whales and mushrooms and pine trees. All of life connects back to LUCA. And to make sense of all this variety, scientists use something called classification. It's a system that groups living things into kingdoms, families, and species to see how they're related. It helps us understand where we fit in the giant web of life. But here's what matters most. Every living thing plays a role. A bee may seem small, but it helps plants grow. A worm might look simple, but it keeps soil healthy. Even bacteria, yes, the ones you can't even see, are helping your body work right now. So no matter how tiny, how weird, or how ancient something seems, it matters. That includes you. You are the result of billions of years of change, survival, and discovery. You're not the end of evolution, you're part of it. Here's a challenge for you. Pick any animal you like, a lizard, a dolphin, even a butterfly. Try to find out what its ancient ancestor looked like. Then ask, what helped it survive? What made it fit? Once you learn that, you'll start to see evolution in everything, because life isn't just something we're part of, it's something we're still shaping. Keep exploring, keep asking questions, and remember, you're not a kid watching this video. You're one of Earth's most amazing experiments, still going strong. Like and subscribe and stay curious. The future of life is in your hands. Bye!